So welcome to my YouTube channel. Good afternoon everyone. As you already know, my name is Steven. So today we'll be talking about mensuration. So in mathematics, so what is mensuration? Mensuration is a branch of mathematics that deals with the study of geometrical shapes. What do we mean by geometrical shapes? In geometrical shapes, we have two different types of shapes, and the two different types of shapes are the 2D and the 3D shapes. We have the 2D shape and we have the 3D shape. And what is the difference between the 2D shapes and the 3D shapes? But the first thing is that a 2D shape is surrounded by 3 or more straight lines in a place. They are surrounded by 3 or more straight line in the shapes. And what is a 3D shape? A 3D shape is surrounded by a number of surface or plane. That is a 3D shape. A 2D shape have no depth, it has no height. A 2D shape. A 3D shape deals with depth, it deals with height. It is most times called solid shape. When you hear solid shape, they are talking about 3D shapes. Now, another thing about 2D shape is 2D shape has only 2 dimensions. What did I mean by 2 dimensions? 2D shapes only deal with length and breadth. But 3D shapes has 3 dimensions. What did I mean by 3 dimensions? It deals with length, breadth, and depth. Or you call it length, breadth, and height. Those are the 3 dimensions of 3D shapes. And the last one concerning 2D shapes is 2D shapes, we can measure area and perimeter in 2D shapes. You can measure the area of a 2D shape or the perimeter of a 2D shape. But when you talk about a 3D shape, you can measure their volume, their total surface area, their curved surface area, and their lateral surface area. So from the differences that I've given above now, what are now the examples of 2D shapes? Example of 2D shapes are square. You know, square deals with length, the 4 sides. Then we have another one, rectangle. Rectangle deals with length and breadth. Remember that 2D shapes deal with 2 dimensions, which are the length and the breadth. So square, rectangle, cycle, rhombus, parallelogram, trapezium, they are all examples of 2D shapes. So if I ask you to give me some example of 2D shapes, you already know that they are your triangle, your square, your rectangle, your cycle, your rhombus. So from the differences given above under 3D shapes, what are the examples of 3D shapes? Example of 3D shapes are your cube, your cuboid, your sphere, your hemisphere, your cylinder, your cone. They are all examples of 3D shapes. But for now, we want to deal with 2D shapes. And one of the things we want to start from is triangle. So triangle, we are going to be looking at everything surrounding triangle, the types of triangle, and the area of the triangle, and how to calculate different types of angles. That is what we are going to be dealing with today. So you hear people talk about plane shape. When they mention plane shape, the meaning of plane shape is 2D shape. So when you hear plane shape, it's the same thing with 2D shape. So you know I've explained 2D shape and 3D shape. So whenever you hear plane shape, it is called 2D shape. Whenever you hear solid shape, it is called 3D shape. So now today we are going to be dealing with triangle. So I'm going to be calling it a plane shape. And I've already explained that a plane shape is any shape with 2 dimensions. 2 dimensions. Now I explained the 2 dimensions that is talking about the length and the breadth. Now, of every plane shape has sides and vertex or corner. Some people call it corner, but it is mostly called vertex and side. So what did I mean by vertex and side? So we're going to start with a plane shape. Today we talk about plane shape. So what did I mean by vertex and side? So let's say, you know, an example of a plane shape is your square. So if this is your square, this place is called side. This is side. This is side. This is side. But this point here, where these 2 sides meet, is called vertex. This joint here is called vertex. The same thing with this. The same thing with this vertex. The same thing with this vertex. So you can be asked that how many vertices are in the square. We have 4 vertices and 4 sides. But if you are not asked about triangle, which we are talking about today, we're dealing with triangle today, that how many sides and vertices does a triangle have? A triangle have 3 vertices. Vertex. When it is more than 2, you call it vertex. Vertex. So these are the sides, side, side, and side. So a triangle has 3 vertices, and 3 sides. So the types of triangle that we have, the first one is we have what is called equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. We have equilateral triangle. We have isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. We have scalene triangle. We have scalene triangle. Then we now have, these are the 3 main type of triangle that we have. The 3 main type of triangle are the equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, and scalene triangle. We now have different types of angles that are under triangles. Example of them is your right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. You have your obtuse angle. Then you have your acute angle. Then you have the last one, which is called the reflex angle. So this is the difference between all these types of triangle. Equilateral triangle, as the name sounds, equilateral triangle means the 3 sides. You know, every triangle have 3 sides and 3 vertices. So the 3 sides in an equilateral triangle are equals. The 3 sides are equal. And what did I mean by that? The 3 sides are equal. Don't forget that. So if this side is equal to this side, and this one is equal to this side, this is an equilateral triangle. This is an equilateral triangle. Then the second type of triangle is called the isosceles triangle. What do you mean of isosceles triangle? 2 sides are equal, and the last one is not equal to the 2 sides. Example is when you have something like this. This is an isosceles triangle. You see that these 2 sides are equal. So this side and this side are equal, but this side is not equal. That is why I put this 3 sides. This 3 slash and 2 slash I put here means that this 2 slash means this is equal to this, and this is also equal to this. That is, if you have 10 centimeter here, this one too is 10 centimeter, this one too will be 10 centimeter. But in this case now, only this and this are equal. This is not equal. So if this one is 10 centimeter, this one too will definitely be 10 centimeter, and this one can be 6 centimeter. So this is what we call isosceles triangle. It's called isosceles triangle. So the third type of triangle, which is called the scalene triangle. What do you mean of scalene triangle? Scalene triangle means that the 3 sides of the triangle are not equal. And a good example for that is something like this. If you look at this now, the 3 sides are not equal. Let me make it very obvious for everybody to see that the 3 sides are not equal. You see this now. This is an example of a scalene triangle. This is not equal to this, and it's not also equal to this. The 3 sides are not equal. It is called a scalene triangle. The 3 sides are not equal. So you have to put those 3 things. You have to know those 3 things. The first one, equilateral triangle, the 3 sides are equal. Isosceles triangle, only 2 sides are equal. Scalene triangle, the 3 sides are not equal. But the 3 types of triangle have 3 sides and 3 vertices. You see the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So they all have 3 sides and 3 vertex, but they are different in sides. Equilateral triangle, 3 sides are equal. Isosceles triangle, only 2 sides are equal. Scalene triangle, the 3 sides are not equal.